Welcome to Elevate Your Life and Soul. I'm your host, Marla Kennedy, life coach, mama, and spiritual soul seeker. Each week, this podcast will bring you interviews, stories, and mentoring so you can truly know your value, know your worth, and elevate all areas of your life. Let's rise together. Hi guys, welcome to episode 23. I'm really excited to be here as always. And if it's your first time listening, my name is Marla Kennedy and I help women find their voice so they can love their life. To me, this is all about stepping powerfully into who you are and just owning your authenticity, because when you're just being you, you're amazing and you get to give yourself permission to be yourself. So that is what I love to do. It's all about self-acceptance and tapping into your unlimited potential, because the world is yours and you can do anything. And right now I'm in the middle of the first round of the self-care experience, and it's so incredible just seeing these women apply these beautiful self-care practices and have real shifts and awareness of things that they didn't expect. I had a woman do one of the journaling exercises, and it was really cathartic for her and really opened up so many possibilities. And that's why I do what I do. I also had a recent coaching conversation with a beautiful client, and it was powerful. She came into the conversation thinking about a topic that she was, worrying about, thinking about, like looking forward all the time and not being really present. And, it seemed like a solid issue and stuff. And then we dove into it and really uncovered that was not her breakdown at all. There was something underneath that, underlying it all, that was really the core of her breakdown. And this is so common. It's really not unusual for people to come in with what they think is their issue or breakdown, and we unpack it and really get into their language, their emotions, how they're feeling about this breakdown, and realize there's some kind of underlying factor, whether it's not feeling good enough or self-doubt. They're really, really common ones, and some of the things I love to work on with people, because to shift from those things, you can shift to self-acceptance and accepting who you are. And you notice the shift. You notice the lightness in someone's body and how they open up and see the possibilities for themselves. And it's really rewarding. So I just got this amazing feedback from this client, and you can check out the testimonial on my highlights on Instagram if you want to see it. It was really a really valuable conversation that we had. And if you're looking to work with me and are curious about it, then let's jump on a call, have a chat, and see how I can support you, because coaching women to really own who they are and let go of that doubt, let go of that not feeling good enough, and just accepting who you are so that you can truly shine and step up into your power. That you really deserve that, and it is possible. It's so possible to go from resignation to full curiosity and wonder, and it's what I love. I just love seeing these shifts in the people that I work with, and I'm here for you. So I wanted to talk today about my weekend. So as everyone is experiencing, it's a really tough time lately for a lot of people. It can be really challenging. And I'm a mama. I have two beautiful kids, a 6-month-old and a 4-year-old, and they're just gorgeous. Such beautiful natured kids, and I'm very blessed. And right now I am home with them all the time, and I'm really blessed that my husband, my partner, is home as well, and we, he's a really supportive guy, so we get to take it in terms with working and stuff and with the kids, and we're really a collaborative team, and we really work together, and it's taken a lot of open communication and effective requests and really listening to each other to get to this place where we really do support each other. And so, you know, I've been with the kids a lot lately. My partner, he's been doing a lot of editing, and it's really been taking up a lot of time. Like most days he's been in his office editing away. And I love that he does that. He's such a master of his craft. He's so committed to attention to detail and creating really beautiful photos and videos, and it's just what he loves. It lights him up. So I really honor that he takes the time and really puts in all this effort. And it's, you know, his passion and his career, so he's really living on purpose, you know. But lately I've been feeling it. I've been pretty strong for most of the time when everything's been going on. I felt really open. I've been having some real shifts in my business and a lot of possibilities, really seeing the opportunity and knowing that I can have success now, and proving it to myself. And yeah, it's been amazing. But the last few days I was really feeling the weight of it all, and I was tired, to be honest, just with the kids, feeling like pulled in every direction, kind of not getting on top of some of the house stuff, just feeling it. And I was like, wow, I really need a break. And so I made a request of my partner, and I said, look, I just need a break sometime in the next couple of weeks. If you can give me a day where I can just like lock the door and lie in bed and just do whatever I want, you know, no work. Because I find I always, whenever I have a minute, it's always straight to work. I'm always hustling, I guess, but you know, I love it and it's so much fun, but I'm always doing something, whether it's a podcast or interviews or creating content or social media posts or working on my program, you know, interviewing people in my group. There's always something that I'm doing, coaching clients as well, of course. And so it's constant. And I was like, I need a day where I don't do that. I just want to be alone, read books, tap into whatever I need to tap into, and just be with myself. And my partner was like, why not tomorrow? And I was quite surprised because I know how much editing he's got on right now. So I was expecting him to kind of say, maybe next week or something, or in a couple of weeks. I just wanted to put it out there so he could process it and come back to me with what he thought would be a time that we could agree on. And he said, yeah, you know, I'd like to do a bit of editing in the morning, a few hours, and then from lunchtime I'll take the kids. And he's a blessing. And it was amazing. So from midday until I went to bed, the day was mine. And I locked myself in the bedroom and I meditated and I had a nap, which was so good, surprisingly. And I did come out for a bit because I just love my family. And it's funny when you have this alone time, sometimes you just realize you want to be with them. So I hung out with them a little bit, but I was really doing my own thing. And I'm really into the gene keys in human design at the moment. And if you don't know what that is, I will pop a link in the show notes. But the gene keys and human design are very similar. The guy who started human design, he developed it from the I Ching and astrology and some other things. And then the guy who started the gene keys studied under him. So Richard Rudd did the gene keys, and he studied under Ra-Uru, who I think that's how you say his name. And so he downloaded and channeled the gene keys, which is even more like complex than human design. And so I love spiritual things, and I love astrology, and I discovered human design, and I'm still so new to it, but I really loved it. And then I discovered the gene keys, and I was like, wow, I don't really know what this is, but it's really exciting. And so you always have like your life's work and your purpose and these different spheres in the Gene Keys. And so my life's work is Gene Key 30, I believe. I actually have notes with the details, and I didn't bring them into the office, so that was silly. But it's Gene Key 30 is my life's work, and I believe it's all about like rapture, and that's the city, which is like the highest level of attainment that you want. You have your city, your gift, and your shadow, and the shadow is kind of the point you don't want to focus on too much, and you want to look towards living from your gift or your city. And it's you contemplate it. So you don't study it aggressively or overthink it. You just contemplate the keys. And my evolution is 29, Gene Key 29. And so for me, I think my evolution is devotion. And then they're also in between the two. One of the gifts is commitment. And then one of the shadows was half-heartedness, and the other one, oh my gosh, I can't remember, but it was so interesting for me. I've been contemplating them the last couple of days and really tuning into what rapture is and what commitment is for me and devotion, and always knowing that spirituality is something that's there for me, but not really connecting to it. And yeah, my other shadow is, so there's half-heartedness and desire. So desire is my life's work shadow, and it's interesting the definition of desire, and my interpretation is that it talks about desire being something slightly different to what I always considered as desire. It's more saying that having desires is not necessarily such a problem, and I could be getting this kind of wrong, but this is my interpretation, that we can really create these stigmatism around it in a way. And for me, it's about, instead of having the desire, the gift or the city is leaning in to surrender and trust that whatever I am doing right now is perfect for me. So being, instead of desiring something else outside of myself, it's being with whatever is there for me in the moment. So, and being at peace with how my life is. And it kind of reminds me of like coming back to mindfulness and stuff. And so I've been to be honest, I've been fighting my present situation a lot. I really am one of those people that have often like gone into what I want instead of being with where I'm at and focusing on that desire outside of me, which I've been aware of it, but it's been there, you know. And so for me, this was a really interesting thing. It's like, be okay with the fact that everything's a mess and that you've got heaps of housework and kid stuff to do, and your business is like you're juggling it and it's like crazy and messy and whatever, you know. It's not perfect because it's far from perfect. And today I woke up and I was thinking about this and contemplating it, and I realized, yeah, I'm just going to be in the mess. And I really committed to that today. And I woke up and I just felt like really cold to make baby food for my baby. And stockpile it so I could freeze it. So I had heaps stocked up for her and put it in the freezer. So I embraced that housework, domesticated side of my life, which I never really enjoy doing. And I had so much fun. I was in the kitchen all morning. I was in the kitchen pretty much all day until about 3. And I was making baby food, and I made us lunch, and I was cleaning the kitchen and just getting organized, trying all these different things for her so that I can freeze to make, and just being in that domesticated part and accepting it completely and loving it. and knowing this is where I'm meant to be. And so it was a really beautiful lesson for me, and really I felt so much joy from just tuning into acceptance and peace. And this comes back to the ontological moods in ontology of acceptance and peace. And I really tuned into that acceptance and peace today. And I invite you to really tune into where you're at right now. Maybe it's messy. Maybe it's really challenging. And I get it. I really get it. There are fears that are coming up for me too around all things, finances, career, health, personal space, time, all of it. It's there for me for sure. But what I'm really noticing is bringing awareness to that and just being okay that it's not perfect. Giving myself permission to be in that messiness, to not get it all right, to have loads of washing that need to be doing and not keeping up with it all the time. And then to have fun with it, to be present to making food for my baby and knowing that I'm doing something that's really going to benefit her, like taking the time to make the food from scratch and being present to that and really enjoying it and really finding acceptance in peace that is what my day is today. And tomorrow, I might clean out the fridge, I might do some work, who knows, I'm just letting it flow, and I'm just constantly committing to peace, constantly recommitting to acceptance. This is where I am right now. It feels like an edge here. It feels a bit challenging. How can I come back to acceptance? I can breathe. And I can breathe again. And I can do something else. And I can feel a little bit edgy. I can feel uncomfortable. I can feel a little bit frustrated. The baby's crying. How can I come back to peace? I can grab her. I can cuddle her. I can take in how much I love this little soul. And then I can keep going, and I can keep just constantly reminding myself of my commitment to acceptance of what is. And it takes practice. It takes that breathing and that centering and grounding into what is. Yes, things are haywire right now. I don't have a minute to myself. How can I come back to peace? How can I make a request for some time so that I can get to that place of peace if that's a challenge for me? Who can I ask? Can I ask my partner to watch the kids? Maybe just for half an hour to start. How can I come back to peace? How can I come back to acceptance? That is what this is about. It's practice. I'm constantly practicing this. And there are times where I fall into that resignation and that overwhelm, and I feel anxious because I just want a minute to myself. But I breathe and I come back to acceptance. It's a conscious commitment. I declare it to myself. I am a commitment to acceptance. I am a commitment to peace. I just practice it. And it feels so damn good. And yeah, maybe later this week I'll have a day where I feel really overwhelmed and I cry again. But I've got this tool. I've got this declaration. And I can keep coming back to it. And I can keep reminding myself of it. Even if I have to keep saying it to myself. Even if I have to take 10 breaths instead of just one. Whatever it takes, I can just go back in. And if I fall off the wagon and I get really stressed and I shout a little bit and get upset, that's okay. I can start again. I can forgive myself. I can say it's okay. Come back to peace. Come back to you. Come back to acceptance. Breathe. Feels so good. Doesn't that feel good? Doesn't that feel amazing to be able to just reconnect to yourself and just love who you are and feel that and know that you have acceptance in you. just be okay with the mess. Give yourself permission to be messy. You don't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect. I hope this resonates and I hope this serves you deeply. I am here for you. I love you so much. And if you need anything, please reach out. And if this landed for you today, I would be so grateful if you could head over to Apple Podcasts and leave me an amazing review and 5 stars, so I can make more episodes. And if you really want support, then please reach out to me. Send me a DM. You can book a call on my website, marlakennedy.com. We can have a chat and see if we're a good fit. I have the next round of the self-care experience starting on June 8th, so that's a possibility as well. It's a really fun, beautiful way of nourishing yourself. It's only $97, and yeah, but if you really want to go deep, the deep work's in the one-on-one. That's where I love to see people blossom and bloom and grow into themselves and grow beyond what they ever thought was possible by letting go of things trapped in their subconscious. It's such a beautiful thing, and I love serving in that way. So please reach out and let me know how you go with acceptance, or maybe it's something else. What can you commit to yourself? What is your commitment to yourself? Ponder that and let me know. All right, beautiful soul. Have an amazing day. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much for listening to today's show. If you like it, subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts. And if you love this episode, please give it an honest review on iTunes and let me know what you loved and what you want more of. Your feedback helps me truly elevate the show into something that really serves you and allows me to keep pouring my heart and soul into it. This is for you. Let's rise together. And remember, know your value, know your worth. I love you, beautiful soul.